Okay, seems like we're successfully live. Let's take a quick environment check. Nice day outside. My setup here today, a little bit more advanced. Sorry, a little bit more advanced. 2 keyboards, 2 mouses, 2 mice. Working with my Windows laptop and the Mac Mini, which is sitting right here. This is what you will see on the screen is the Mac, of course. Running a server. Running an interface to the glitch system, which I'll go over soon, but that's sitting right here. It's a lot to go over, but yeah, I was kind of messing around yesterday, trying to make something, so we're gonna see if I can do that tonight or not. Let's get started. I will be using actual Valve System website interface to control everything. So theoretically, anybody who goes on the website should be able to see what I'm seeing. I'm not certain it's working as well as I want it to be right now, but anyways, it will be used to control this because that's how I have it set up now. Basically, what you're seeing on this Touchdesigner project right now is lots of serial networks, bridge networks, callbacks. Basically, this is server stuff, which is communicating with this system here. This is the information we got in from the interface, such as the type of video, grading dials. Then we stream the output back to the website through this. For some reason it's connected to my camera right now. This is my first time using this camera actually, so I don't expect that to happen, but it's okay, we'll fix that in a moment. Make sure looks like everything is streaming correctly. This is my first time doing this on a Mac, so I have to be a little bit cautious. I'm gonna check on my phone that all the audio is going through correctly. I don't know how many times it's happened that I'm basically just talking to myself. Okay, so first things first, I was working on a specific video here, which is not actually working right now. That's okay. Oh, we can't find the audio. I think we'll just have to reload it. Nope. Perfect. So that is really unfortunate. I don't know what's going on, but just lurking except Kevin Sharma. So we're going to be making something today. I'm going to show you an example of what we're going to be making. I think it's kind of interesting. I'm just going to show for an example, a recording. And this is a screenshot. Okay, I'm gonna click this. So I have an actual glitch system here, which I will go more into. This is a receiver. So this is all wireless transmission. And that's how this video was created. Basically through like 5.8 gigahertz transmission. And then I recorded on Touchdesigner. And I've created a live interface which you can connect with. We're gonna go into that. Unfortunately, I had to restart the Mac and now I've lost connection to this PC, which means I can't transfer the files. I'm gonna have to actually turn this off for security reasons for a moment. Bear with me. So we go to Finder, connect to server, connect. Okay, it's just gonna take 1 moment. That was the wrong password. And we're in, okay. It's probably got to see my password on the webcam, but whatever. Anyways, so now we should be able to reload the audio. Perfect. So I'm gonna pause what I'm playing right now. And we're gonna listen to this. Should be. Ah, here we go. So this is, I'm creating a video for this mix. This is made by Holopulse for something coming up, and I thought it would be cool to document this because this is going to be the first of its kind, probably anywhere. So first of all, we have the audio coming in and we're converting it to a video. This is just what Touchdesigner does. You know, you take the audio information and you can actually convert it into some sort of image already. And I can go over this, but it's probably not interesting for now. What is interesting is this is kind of what it comes out to look like. I put it into like 3D particles and I manipulate the particles based on the audio wave. And then, sorry, essentially we get this output. And this is the audio waveform in what looks like space. Now, the interesting part, to connect to the glitch system now, I'm gonna have to actually plug everything back in. I just bought this Mac and honestly it's very confusing and it always freezes, so I have to always like disconnect things and then plug them back in. Hopefully it's all gonna go smooth this time. This is all kind of a mess, but it is what it is. I also have to plug in HDMI, so basically what's happening is I'm actually sending the output through the HDMI into an RCA converter. I have an Arduino to control the inputs. I have a converter here for voltage, which controls... This is actually a drone circuit board. I took this from an actual analog drone that I was flying around, and I converted it into, you can see the antenna here. I plugged in, you know, rearranged the wires and everything, and this receiver plugs straight into the Mac. So now we're going to get the image straight from this transmitter into this Mac. And what we're seeing on the screen is what we're going to see now. So I just have to plug it in to power it on first of all. It's supposed to have its own power controls, but we're not that advanced yet. I mean, actually, I actually had a different transmitter which had different controls, but it wasn't giving me the image I wanted, so it is what it is. Yeah, so let's zoom back out of here now that that's working. Change this device to the video, and as you can see, we've already got an image. So this is actually the extended display. This is like the background of the extended display. What we have to do is send the image to the transmitter like this, and you'll see now it should show up here. So here we have it, and I'm gonna run the bridge really quick. So what that's gonna do is allow us to view it from the website. Oh, I wish you guys could see there's a lizard running outside. Little one. So basically now, if you go into valisystem.net, it's with a 1 and a 3, you will be able to see this image live now. I'm kind of bypassing some of the steps here because I'm just doing this directly, so I'm not following how it's exactly supposed to go. But anyways, we can now manipulate the image. This is supposed to be the video in image, which you select from the archive, and then it goes through this entire pipeline and outputs back. But we're not doing that right now because, to be honest, this is already enough work as it is. But anyways, yeah, so let's brighten it, and as you can see now, if I full screen this, we're getting this image. So that's what's happening. I wanted to build most of this stuff on Stream, the network, but to be honest, it took a really long time and it was really confusing. So we're just gonna kind of skip to the fun part, I guess. We can still manipulate it. For example, I have right now a circle. As you can see, this is like a 3D object, a 3D sphere. I was using a flat plane before. If we use the flat plane, we'll see that it does change the image into this now. Not exactly sure which one I like better. They're both quite nice. On top of that, I did want to composite a background, so I'm gonna try to send something over from my PC. What do I have? I have like some dreamscape clips, but where are they? Can we try something like this for now? I need something long and repetitive. That's not really any good. Okay, we're just gonna try a placeholder for now. Something like this maybe could work. So let's go transfer that file here. And then let's see what we can do with it. What was it called? Glitch 02. Okay, so we're just going to bring that in here. How are we going to composite this? I suppose we would have to bring it in like this. So let's make a null, composite it underneath as best we can onto this image. That's a little bit crazy, but okay. Let's change the levels around so that it's not so bright, because we're basically nuking the image right now. Maybe we can do a different kind of composite, like difference. Might allow us to turn it up a little bit. The thing is with this glitch system, if you give it too many colors, it kind of freaks out. I mean, it glitches. What else can I say? This looks pretty cool already. Like I said, you can see it from the website, but honestly, I think it's only 15 FPS on the website right now. I kind of forgot. I think I forgot to change it to 30 FPS. The reason being is because this thing actually gets really hot and things start to crash pretty quickly. So I'm keeping it as is for now. I think we're just going to be recording straight from the Mac here instead. You can record from the desktop, of course. In fact, I already did some things yesterday. If I go onto Post Effects, Touchdesigner, here you can see yesterday I was messing about a little bit. Only one of them got uploaded. Well, it's a shame. It seems that sometimes it doesn't work properly. We're frozen? Something's happened here. Okay, so if I leave this, then it turns off. So this is actually... So you can turn on and off the glitch system from the interface. Right now you can't... So this is the transmitter button, and this is the receiver button. They both have to be on, but in this case, because I changed the circuit around, the transmitter is always powered as long as it's plugged in. But the receiver we can turn on and off. So as you can see, if I click this button, it actually stops the image, and we have to turn it back on. And technically, if we drag up, we can change the power, and if we drag to the right, we can change distortion, and turn it off if we go to the left. Thing is, this was working once again, but I've kind of turned it off. It's complicated. It's kind of a mess, to say the least, but it's getting there. So the only thing that we have to do now is make sure that the receiver is powered on, which it is. And if you've noticed, I do have this screen here. Have I disconnected entirely? Seems that my laptop is disconnected. still live. I think my laptop disconnected somehow. Still here, right? Okay. Looks really cool indeed. Thanks, Kevin. So this is an original receiver that I used with my drone. This is actually a screen. Well, but I hardly understand anything. Yeah, to be honest, this is something I've been working on for about a year now, and it's often hard to describe, but I just thought I'd kind of show what's going on in the moment, because I think it's worth showing. So this is what I used to fly my drone with and look at the screen. And as you can see, so this whole thing is wireless, like this is its own thing. I don't know how well you can see, but it has the image that we can see on Touchdesigner right now. And we're receiving this two ways. So what you're seeing on Touchdesigner is actually coming from this receiver. And what's up, Cyborg? Thanks for joining. This receiver is going directly to the Mac, which is what you're seeing on the stream and what you're seeing on the screen. And this is a standalone, which has its own thing. It has an SD card in here, and what I wanted to try was what kind of difference are we going to find. So first of all, I know for a fact that this receiver that's plugged into the Mac has this C75925. This is the channel. It's I guess you could say it's like my watermark now, because there's no way to remove it. So I don't know. This one doesn't have it, and I thought both receivers kind of create a different image, so I wanted to check the difference. As you can see right now, it's kind of flashing. It's not just because of the camera, but this is actually how it looks. The image is scrolling up really quickly. And why is that happening? Well, if we look at my system here, these yellow wires, this yellow wire is coming directly from the HDMI to AV converter, and it's going through a really basic circuit. It's just a resistor, two capacitors, and then it's outputting back to the transmitter. That's just what these three components are, and then it goes to this transmitter. These capacitors are essentially manipulating the electrical signal, which is creating a glitch effect. Usually you wouldn't see the image scrolling like this so much, but that's how it is. Just creating some distortion. So what I wanted to do first was, I'm just going to let this record, and then we're going to load it onto the PC and see how it looks. Just give it a few seconds here. Man, this is so big brain. I feel like a Neanderthal using Touchdesigner. No, I mean, the Touchdesigner part is like not actually so complex. It is and it isn't. I mean, it's more networking than anything, and Python scripting. Touchdesigner is just the interface that allows me to kind of do everything in one place. So, I mean, it is complex, but you know, Touchdesigner allows us to do 3D or audio to video into 3D component, which you can set a scene with a camera, and then we can output it. So we can do the server-side stuff, we can do the audio, we can even do, you know, front-end manipulation and everything. So yeah, as you can see, as I'm changing on the website, it's actually changing pretty quickly. I'm actually kind of surprised at the response time. If you load the website right now, you should be able to see exactly what I'm seeing, but you won't be able to control it. That's the thing. And you can see it is auto-reactive in the way that the music has basically cut out, and now we have nothing happening. So And as it loads back in, you can see the image comes back. So anyways, I'm gonna stop recording on here and we're gonna see what kind of difference we're gonna find between the two receivers. I'm really interested. I actually have no idea what to expect. Yeah, let's see. So I'm gonna have to load it onto my PC and then transfer it to the Mac because this thing has run out of room, and honestly every time I plug something new into this Mac it tends to freeze. I'm not really a big Mac enjoyer, but it serves its purpose. So let's see what we got here. I'm gonna bring it over like this. Then on to transfer. That should be loaded now. So we should be able to find it here. Shoot, is it this one? Yeah. So let's see. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I didn't expect that. So the difference so far being that it's a square-ish image rather than a rectangle, and it doesn't show that channel, that watermark. That static noise obviously is coming from the transmitter. When I'm flying the drone, you hear that too. I mean, it is what it is. But if we were to compare the two side by side, where is that? Here. I mean, essentially they look the same to me. I think the one on the left has a bit of a cleaner image, like a sharper image. What's a good way to control switching back and forth that isn't using keybinds? Hard for me to explain. Switching back and forth between what? I'm not sure I understand the question too much. As for this, I would say I don't think we need this, to be honest. We're getting the same effect. The thing is, we're not actually getting so much of a glitch so far. Like, for example, as I showed you before, I don't know how to use this thing. For example, on this video, we get this horizontal chopping and lots of color distortion, which is kind of what I'm looking for. But there's a really fine line, like you have to play with it, because if you give it too much glitch, then it basically cuts out, which I'm trying to mitigate as much as possible. Let me boot up TD. Alright. Switching back and forth, I feel like maybe you're talking about switching into different nodes, or I'm not sure. Okay, so there's switches. Into account. I don't have switches or counters here. Actually, I used to have a switch, but I got rid of it. Really quick, look, there's a interesting, let's check out this output. So this is a digital feedback. I mean, this is kind of nice, actually. I thought maybe it was too much before, but yeah, it looks like we're zooming in right now. for now I'm just going to leave this to the side. If you could describe to me, Cyborg, what you're doing, I'll be able to better understand. I'm not entirely on the same page, I don't think. You know what I just remembered? Okay, so I wanted this to be like a space theme. Yes, okay, I remember what I wanted to do now. Okay, hard for me to describe. Okay. I'll give you your best shot. Let me send you a screenshot. Sure thing. I have my Internet Archive clips and space footage. Here we go. So I want like Earth clips or something, and I would composite like this audio reactive thing on top of like Earth clips, you know, simple enough. So I'm just gonna gather this footage. Make a folder, call it space. Starting this year, I'm going to college civil engineering, and I'm quite interested in 2D, 3D animation as a hobby, which I have no idea where to begin with. I mean, you're taking a similar path to me, actually. I didn't do civil engineering. I went into electromechanical engineering, and I kind of focused on programming, PLC programming specifically. And as it turns out, Touchdesigner is kind of like a mixture between like, let's say 2D, 3D animation and automation programming or something like that. The thing about 2D, 3D animation is, I mean, it's as complex as you want it to be. I mean, it's basically never ending. You can make something simple and you can do it for 10 more years, and you know you will never stop learning or creating. I personally stopped working on the 3D part because it gets a little bit annoying. Touchdesigner isn't really a good 3D animation software. Probably Blender is better, but for what it is, you know, for what it's worth, this is good enough. For example, we've simply taken a sphere or a box and we're manipulating the sprites. We're doing that using instancing on this geo. So basically, I don't know how to say this basically actually. We're taking all the point data from this shape and we're spreading every point based off the audio, and it's creating this. So it's kind of like if you multiply this audio wave with the points on this sphere, you get this. I don't know how else to put that. I see you sent me a message. So you have keyboard inputs. Oh, and you're switching based off keyboard inputs. You're basically doing what a Resolve does, or what's it called, Resolume. Yes, it's pretty complex. This is really complex, actually. By the way, I'll teach you something really quick here. If you want to organize things better, let's say for example, this is the network where I have the glitch video in and out. If I want to separate this to be more organized, you just highlight everything like this, right click and collapse all right here, collapse selected. And then they're all in here. I mean, this is easier. If you want it to come back out, then you just give it an out, and you know, now you can do, now you have it here. Because I see your network is very confusing, this might help you like make things a little bit easier. I don't really need it right now, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'll show you what is it called? Resolume? Yeah. So Resolume is a software that's made for basically exactly what you're doing, Cyborg. Switching between multiple scenes. So as you can see, you know, this person has all of the scenes which they switch through. And you can do this in Touchdesigner, no problem. I'm just showing you because maybe it'll give you some context that this is something common that's being done already. The way I would do it in your case, well, I don't really know. It's quite a lot. I have to kind of understand exactly what you're trying to do. You have many different scenes going into many different switches. It seems that you're even combining keys together. Like 2, 8, and 0 are all on, so it gives you a certain scene. What was your original concern? Let me see. You said, what's a good way to control switching back and forth that isn't using keybinds? Well, I think keybinds is the best way. If you don't want to do that, then what you could do is, for example, if I have a switch and I have like 3 constants, just for an example, different colors, and I feed them in, I could do an LFO chop, and let's make it a ramp, and it goes up to 2 because it goes 0, 1, 2 in the switch. And then for the index, if I do this, you can see now it's, but actually it looks really bad. I'm gonna go up to 3 so that it stays on pink longer. So this is automatically going through these. You can also do blending in between, so now you can see it's blending in between them. You can do something like that, or you can do noise, turn the time slice on, and now it will randomly go through. You could do this too, probably turn the amplitude back up to 3. This is a little bit more unpredictable though, you never really know. Actually, the amplitude probably should go up even higher. Yeah. So I mean, this is also something you could do, or you can make it audio reactive. Let's say every beat goes up 1 on a counter like you said, and then goes through the switch. You could do something like that too. I'm running a lot of scenes with different filters and switching between them. Yeah, if I want to show scene 1, I have to turn off all the others. So you want to just like press 1 and then it goes to that one and so on. If you taught a class, I'd sign up. One day. You know, honestly, I love doing this kind of stuff, but I'm not even home very much anymore, and it's quite difficult for me to be consistent, so... And I don't have a lot of time, honestly. I do have a week off this week, which is why I'm doing this right now. But if you want to just press 1 at a time... Oh, sheesh, I'm trying to think. I would have to mess around with that to find that out, to be honest. Off the top of my head, I can't. Maybe towards the end of the stream we can do something like that. Because to be honest, I want to get some of this done. Speaking of which, I need to find these clips. So let's find this space footage and send it over to the Mac. I'm on a Mac, by the way. So I know you guys probably can't see it right now, but that's okay. I'll have it in just a moment. I can't stream both my Mac and my PC output. It just doesn't work like that. So we'll do like this one, this one. I need the Earth. Yes, like this. This one. Okay, for now those are okay. And I believe there's one more folder. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Perfect, look at this. It's amazing. This one. I have already kind of used some of these clips in a different video, so I don't want to reuse all the same ones. I think that's basically going to be it for now. So anyways, now we have this folder. Kevin, yeah, you can ask a few questions. Yeah, go ahead. I want to press something to go to a scene for each part of a song, and I have to go through the different keybinds to get to one. I want to press something to go to a scene for each part of a song. Okay, let's see, Kevin. I'm not sure I should be saying this, but I really want to make a YouTube channel myself and make educational vids for 10th to 12th graders. A dream of mine, actually. I really like physics. That's really cool. What kind of educational videos? For like engineering or animation or something else maybe? Not sure how I should begin it. Well, I'm not maybe the best person to ask this, but I'll tell you this. I've made, I don't even know how many tutorials, and I've never actually organized them and posted them. Every time I make a tutorial, it becomes this like convoluted thing with like no context or something. or I don't end up finishing it or something. But what I would say is create a structure, like make all the videos, or make a structure, write it down, then make all the videos into clear, concise parts. Probably the shorter the better for basics, and as you make more videos, go more into detail. Because for example, I had a coworker who had to learn programming at my company, and he watched this really good guy who gave all the basics in like 10 short-ish videos, and then by the time he learned all the basics, then the guy kind of looped back around into the more complex parts, because you don't really want to be overwhelmed at the start. You know, like for example, you're watching me work here and you're probably a little bit overwhelmed, like what the heck is even going on? So, and put yourself in the mind of like a 10th to 12th grader. Like they probably at this point don't have the biggest attention span, and they probably are going to look for something quick. That's just the nature of how it is. So I like teaching physics using animation. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm not really sure what kind of software would be good for showing physics and animation. I mean, I'm sure there's like amazing ones out there. I mean, honestly, nowadays you could even create your own video game to show it if you wanted to. I'm learning Excel and AutoCAD for civil engineering myself, but for animation 2D, I don't know which software to use. Yeah, I want to say Blender off the top of my head, because Blender basically you can do everything in Blender, and it's a really good thing to learn in general. Basically, you can do video editing, you can do 2D, 3D animation, you can even make games, I think, in Blender. So I think that's the place to start. But again, I'm not really an expert, and honestly, I tried Blender for a bit, but it wasn't for me, just because it didn't really serve my purpose specifically. Excel, I'm not really sure what you use Excel for in civil engineering. AutoCAD, yeah, I also had to do a lot of AutoCAD, because we had to do a lot of mechanical engineering as well. Not necessarily civil engineering, but similarly, we had to create parts, for example, and I did a lot of 3D printing personally while I was at my college. They gave me like full access to a 3D printer, so we would have to go into actually, what did we use? SketchUp 3D? It wasn't AutoCAD. I had to like go into 3D. It wasn't SketchUp 3D. This is that old. This is actually what I started on. This isn't like elementary school though. This is just screwing around. I never knew what I was doing. What was it? What was it called? I can't remember right now, to be honest. Let's just bring in, so I'm going to create a base here so that I don't get too organized like I was just showing you before. And actually we're not going to put it here, we're going to put it inside here, and probably just get rid of this glitch for now. I mean, honestly, we could use this again, so maybe I'll just leave it on the side. But I'm going to put inside of this base, I'm literally just going to drag and drop all the clips that I just got from this folder. So it works, right? Okay, good. Now how do you work with all these clips? Well, this is basically what I was just showing Cyborg, but I'm gonna do it this way where I'm just gonna connect them all to a switch, and I don't even know how many clips I have right now. I have 5 by 5, so I have 25 clips, which is perfect. I'm gonna do a little in chop here so that I can control it, and then on out. This in is going to control index. It doesn't have a channel right now, so I can't actually do that, but so we're just gonna do constant. So here I can just make a number, feed it into here, and now we have a channel, which means now I can drag and drop that reference, and now whatever I put onto here is going to control which image is showing on here. Plug that in. I'm probably going to need a level, so I'm just going to add that. Anyways, it's already working at this point. Oh wow, it looks already interesting off the bat. Yeah, that's pretty cool so far. I just realized I have this edge here, which is completely changing the way that it looks. For the best, maybe. Maybe not. The thing is, if I turn it off, you can't really see the actual audio reactive part. Looking at you seems really complicated. Sorry for the interruption, though. I'm really thankful. No, man, it's not an interruption. Don't worry. We're just hanging out. Yeah, it is really complicated. But look, don't be like daunted by this, because I've been doing Touchdesigner, I don't even know, 9 years now, and I'm not that good at it. I've just kind of been doing the same thing over and over and experimenting, and that's really what it all is. Like, nobody actually really knows what they're doing. They're just experimenting. Now at this point, when you look at what I'm doing here, this is kind of, I started doing this within the last year because I started thinking I really gotta, I just feel like I really gotta do this. So I don't really know how to explain it, but I've been really dedicated. Like, what actually took up most of my time was this website. For basically the past year, I've been working on this website, and I have some, I had some knowledge going into how to build a website before, but man, did I have to learn a lot doing this. Like, there is so many steps behind how this website works. It's kind of unreal. Like, I have like different servers communicating with each other, lots of networking had to go into this. I mean, the good thing is that when you get really stuck, you can use AI. I know a lot of people don't like AI, but you can use AI and it'll give you the answer if you're stuck, so that's pretty good. But yeah, in here, you know, basically I have it set up as an archive, so anyone can easily make an account and just kind of post their stuff, and it's organized right now by date and time. And that's one example. Yeah, so you can upload here. You can show what has recently been done. So the most recent thing was what I did yesterday. I also did some data mosh of some lane videos. How did you make your site? I'm a web developer and I'm just recoding, and I just recoded my site. Well, I'm using Node.js on Visual Studio. Like, that's how I'm actually coding it. It's TypeScript. Or am I even using the right word? TypeScript. Yeah. Which is basically a more advanced version of JavaScript. So, but you probably know that already. Yeah, admin privileges. I get to look at the different users and what they're posting here. Most of the users are just me, to be honest, but there's some other people in here. Random noise recording. Yeah, for example, this is someone else. I'm not exactly sure who, but they're posting something and some text. Some nice things. I code HTML and CSS off the dome, and I'm a dying breed. Yeah, so that's how I started. Actually, in college, I also had to learn. I didn't technically have to learn HTML and CSS, but I did something similar. Actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of similar to what I'm doing here. So we had to do, we were controlling like motors and and other physical things like sensors and stuff with an Arduino. And then I created a page, like a networking page, which you could control it. Actually, that's kind of weird. I didn't even think about that, but it's basically what I'm doing now. But you could control it on like a web interface. So you could like quote unquote lock the door, or I had like a sensor if someone was close to this house, then it would send like an alert, so you could see on the web page that it was sending an alert. And that's kind of how I learned. Actually, I learned programming. I learned JavaScript in high school. That was my first language. Then in college, I learned basic C++. C++ is useful for automation engineering because basically everything, kind of, in a way, is written in C++. And I learned Python myself, which I kind of hated Python actually, but now, I mean, it's everywhere, so I had to learn that. I taught myself HTML. Honestly, it's not too difficult. You can basically like right-click, inspect a page, and you can learn HTML like this if you wanted to. So I do a little cheeky JavaScript with Bootstrap. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of happy to move away from the HTML JavaScript world. Yes and no. I actually originally wanted this website to just be HTML, but then I realized it's basically not possible. So that's when I had to go into Next.js, or yeah, Next.js, Node.js. I'm always getting these terms mixed up. And TypeScript. Is it TextScript or TypeScript? TypeScript. I taught myself 2 when I was 10. Nice. This interface has been the most complex part, where I'll actually show you how it's supposed to work. So a user who has permissions would claim here, and once you're here, you can control a video source. So I'm going to just show you really quick what's actually happening. So this is the input that's coming from the website. Currently we have nothing loaded. So you would choose something, and this takes you into the archive, so you can go like, May, beach day, and then like, do you want to use this? Yes, confirm. And as you can see, it's just loaded into Touchdesigner. I have this bug where for some reason it doesn't play automatically. But anyways, we do have to power up again the receiver, and as you can see, now we're already getting an image. Now, as you can see, it's cut halfway through. I mean, this effect is kind of cool in itself, but it's not exactly ideal right now. So the way I fix that is literally turning down the brightness to where it's black, and then it kind of resets. Otherwise, you might have to reset the actual receiver itself. But yeah, then there's digital effects, which honestly aren't really coded in right now. It's coded into the front end, but I haven't actually made any of the changes here. So you can see it's actually received here. If I move this around, or if I click F2, then I can move this one around. And then you would be able to, like, the idea is here is you would be able to control the feedback amount, how much it shows on the vertical axis, the amount on the x-axis. You can even select an audio source, such as this one, and if you play it, so it's playing the audio here, I'm just going to mute it for now. You can set a threshold to where we're going to be activating a gate, and for example, you can link the effect to the actual audio amount. So now it's audio reactive. You can see it's moving up and down based off of the sub here. I can make effect 4 connect to like high, which is the 4th one here. And you can see it's actually changing world. Why is it that every time I click off it stops changing? Is that weird? What's happening? Ah, but look at this. You can actually see we're getting an interesting glitch effect, which has also stopped. It could be that the Mac itself is starting to bug out. But anyways, I mean, you can see here we have the audio reactive amounts going in. So you can directly control this onto, let's just say, for example, I'll control the level here, just as an example. We're gonna control the high range with this one or something. Okay, so currently this value is like way too much, so I have to do, I think, lower the scale by like 0.2 or even like this. And yeah, so this audio is now driving like the brightness of the video. That's kind of how that's working. Okay, let me catch up what you guys are talking about. People be using Framer now, and it's vibe coding at its worst, a nightmare. I think I heard about Framer. I'm not entirely sure about that. I just finished up with all my entrance exams for college and have 2 months of time until my college starts. Could you please suggest me a few skills I can learn or should learn? I have nothing but free time all day. You know, my advice for that would have been different a few years ago, because now I think AI has really changed the world in a way, for better or for worse, probably for worse. So it's kind of hard to say. First of all, I want to say that, so it seems like you've just graduated high school and you're going to college. Yeah, 2 months until college starts. Yeah, for the record, I really like that you're into teaching, because I'm also really into teaching. When I was in college, I did 4 years of mentoring younger students, and honestly, it was so great that I was even considering, last week I was looking into changing my career path into teaching again, because I'm kind of getting sick. Basically, my job right now is that I work in a factory and we produce like automotive parts for cars, and I'm kind of getting sick of it, because being in a factory all day is like inhumane, to be honest. It kind of sucks. But what skills? You kind of have to be careful now, because what AI can do is what everybody will be doing, you know? Like back then I would have said like learn all these languages, but now like every Joe is vibe coding their way into something. And so the scene has changed. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know, I've always liked video editing, and I just taught myself how to do video editing. I think the best advice is, if you really like something, just go fully into it and just do, like, envelop yourself into it. I would say really the best advice is find your niche, you know, and just start doing it. Because what a regular person will tell you is, you need to have employable skills, you need to spend your time, you know, doing the right things which make you money and everything, but I don't really agree with that, actually. Like, I spent a lot of time in school doing what I had to do to get my job, and I have a good job, yeah, but it's not fulfilling, and I don't really like it, and I want to leave it. And I think a lot of people will just go their whole life and spend their time doing that. They would just do what they were told and do that. But if you want to live a fulfilling life, find that thing that makes you, that niche, and do that. I think in my case, whatever it is that I'm doing here seems to be my niche. I mean, I'm not making money off it, and I'm not like a celebrity in any case, and I don't want to be. But that's fine, because every day I wake up, I think about this every single day. Like literally every single day I think about doing this. Maybe to a bad point where I haven't been going outside as much as I should be, but I learned by viewing source on Sailor Moon fan sites and changing the code. That's such a classic. Yeah. I think when I was in elementary school and we learned how to do that, like inspect element and change a picture or change the text of something, that was hilarious. That was also, I guess you could say, my introduction into coding. Because it was so fun. Find your niche and be good at it. Yeah, because like there's two ways to answer your question. You know, a skill you should learn to make money, or a skill you should learn to develop yourself. Like, what is more important? Of course, everybody needs to make money. And you're going into civil engineering, so if you want to make money, just do what they tell you at school, be good at it, be a good person, develop good relationships, and you'll get a good job. I mean, it's actually not too difficult, to be honest, especially in the engineering field. If you want to be even more employable, then you can branch off into something specific that gives you interest. For example, I branched off into PLC programming, and now I go to job sites and I program the systems which create the cars, for example. Like I automate the system which tells the robots what to do and what the sensors are doing and if the part's okay and blah blah blah. I did vision systems as well. I had a passion for vision systems because you take a camera and then you train it and you can reject or accept parts based on the quality, and I thought that was really interesting. So I think as you go along in the real world, like if you want to make money, you will find something interesting and then just kind of develop that skill. But through life, your own hobbies and everything, I can't answer that for you. I think a good place to start, like I would say, learn how to do video editing. I think using something like Blender, that means you can potentially create your own game. Maybe one day you'd want to do something like that. You could do this animation thing, like tutorials on the side, you know, and these are useful and fun things. And they're also employable too, like if you get good at it enough, you could one day transition to that fully. I think I must be older than you. I didn't get a web dev design class until college. I got 105% because I made a site work with just CSS and HTML for Internet Explorer 5. 105%, how is that even possible? I'm not sure your age. I'm born in 1999, so I'm late-ish 20s now, 27. Which is kind of, I guess people nowadays think that if you're born in the 1900s, then you're old. I mean, it does sound old when you say it out loud. 1988. Yeah, so that's about a decade. The problem is I don't know what exactly I like. Maybe trying out different things might help. 2007, yeah, so you're about the same age as my brother. And basically what I told you is the same advice as I gave my brother. Look, it's a really difficult world to navigate now. And a lot of the advice that people will give you is not so much relevant or useful anymore because the world right now is changing so much. You know, oh, I don't know if you saw that, but there's lightning outside. I don't think you can see it. There's a storm today. The world is changing so much. And for example, the advice that my parents give me or give my brothers is basically no longer relevant. You know, just put your head down and work hard. Yeah, it's true, but to an extent. Because, you know, AI is here. You know, someone who fills out Excel sheets all day in a corporate office, they basically don't even have a job anymore. I mean, if they do have a job, it's basically, no offense, but it's basically a useless job that can be replaced. So you have to figure out what kind of job won't be replaced. Trades won't be replaced. I'm technically in a trade, so maybe that's a little bit biased. But yeah, that's one thing. The biggest thing I would say, honestly, is to keep up with technology as it's going, and you kind of right now have to like ride the wave. And you're in a good position, being born in 2007, that you're kind of being brought up with the new technology, and you have time to learn and explore. And as much as people hate AI, the world is really, 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 really going to change compared to how it was, and there's going to be a lot of AI everywhere, and you don't want to be left in the dust unless you're doing something like trades where it doesn't matter. Then okay, but I mean, if you're doing something technical and you're not even familiar with AI anymore, you're gonna eventually be left behind. I'm sorry, but this to me is the harsh reality. Like, I've been studying a lot about AI and trying to keep up on it because I know that it's going to change everything. It already is changing everything. I mean, if you don't realize that it hasn't changed everything already, then I remember when I first started my real job, it was in like 2020 or 2021, and ChatGPT just came out, and we were having this big problem with like, how do we do this vision system? I remember, and we couldn't figure it out. We were so stuck, me and my coworker. And we're like, what if ChatGPT knows? Because it just came out, and we're like, holy shit, like, there's no way, right? And it actually gave us some decent ideas. It was really bad, but it gave us some ideas. And this is inconceivable before that time, that something could do that, just think on the spot and give you an answer. And literally every day, it's changing. This is the way that the world is now. Now, it's ironic because with that being said, here I am using analog equipment and sending a 5.8 gigahertz transmission from a drone to a receiver, and this is not AI related. You know, my philosophy here is that I want to transmit, sounds a little bit dramatic, but I want to like transmit messages from the old world and keep the old style alive mixed in with the new. And let's say Touchdesigner is like the new world, and I'm integrating analog signal and I'm screwing with the circuit itself electrically to create an image on the screen, right? For me, this passion is kind of blending the two worlds together, because I have a lot of older friends who only know analog glitch, analog systems, and how to manipulate things electrically, which is totally fine. And then I have a lot of people who only know how to do like After Effects and something like Touchdesigner or something. And I thought, what if we bring these two together? You know, we bring the old world and the new, and we create a fusion. I feel like we can still, that aspect of humanity still exists then. Because when everything is just digital, and then you don't know if something is AI or not, you know, can you recreate this with AI? I don't think so. You can get AI to help you, but you can't get AI, I'm trying to watch my words here, but for now, you can't get AI to make a circuit like this, or to come up with these ideas for you. And you kind of have to explore that within yourself. I think that's quite nice. Like, another example is this video, which I just posted yesterday. This is the last iteration of like serial experiments, Lane series I'm doing. This is 100% purely analog glitch. I went to my friend's house and we recorded it. So what's happening here is actually the signal that's going to the TV, a CRT TV, is actually being manipulated entirely, and we're recording the screen with a camera. So the image that you're seeing is actually of a camera, and you can see these are very specific styles of glitch that can't be done by AI necessarily. But the irony of this is that the show of Serial Experiments Lane is like what happens, well, it's a complex show, but for example, what happens when you are lost in the digital world. You know, this whole show is about how she is locked in the digital world, and here we are glitching it in the real world using analog. And going back to your question before, what skills should I learn? I had a vision of conveying an idea like this, and I learned the skills along the way. So it's kind of like, as you go through your life and you become older and you explore more, you will discover what skills you want to learn. And at your age, it's too young. I mean, we put too much pressure on young kids in high school to know what they want to do with their lives. Do we really expect anyone to know? I remember my dad told me a joke. He's about 60 years old, and he says, I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And that really sticks with me, because it's like, first of all, you know, we're all just children deep down, and second of all, we don't really know. We don't really have these strict answers. But in school, they kind of force you to choose a path and then stick with it, which is good for making money and for producing like economy in the world, but what use does that have to you as a person? It doesn't have much, I don't think. Because what you're just going to, a teacher is going to tell you you're good at one subject and you're going to devote your whole life to be one thing, and then everyone's going to say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm an engineer, or I'm a programmer, and that's your identity. To me, that's kind of sad, because there's so much more. So just spend time discovering about yourself and develop your skills along the way. Not sure, maybe this is a bad answer. My parents hate when I give my brother's advice because I talk like this. I talk like a schizophrenic, basically. But it is what it is. What can I say? Holy moly, what are we doing here? I don't know. My path in life has been very, very strange. Okay? You probably don't know this, because it seems like you're a first-time viewer. I don't think really anyone would know this, but I left Canada. I lived in Canada for 23 years, and I left to live in Croatia now, which is where I am now. And this is like based off of nothing. Like nobody told me to do this. Actually, people told me not to do this because they said it was stupid, because there's not as many job opportunities here and everything. But I just really wanted to do it, and I made it work. And that's the thing, like if you like close your eyes at night and you have like a certain dream, or like, you know, your heart is telling you something, you need to answer that call. And if you don't answer that call, you're going to be living your whole life wondering why you didn't, in my opinion. I already saw myself when I was older thinking, man, if I don't do this, I'm going to be spending the rest of my life wondering why I didn't do it. And here I am, and this is probably the greatest decision I ever made in my life, moving here. I mean, okay, there's a storm outside, but like look at what's going in my backyard, you know? Like I did this shit myself. Everyone said, no, don't do it, you're not going to make any money. I'm like, no, dude. Like I got a nice apartment, you know, all to myself. There's really good people in this country. I live close to the beach. And it's cheaper than life in Canada. I mean, and people are telling me not to do it. I mean, screw what they think. I don't know you. Hey, this is starting to look nice. I still have the this thing going. This actually looks half decent. It's good to specialize one thing, but it's hard to find out what I actually like, and I'm afraid what I thought I like might not actually be the thing I actually like and later regret it. Yeah, Kevin. First, I'm going to start this by saying you're not alone. In fact, I think like at least 90% of people feel the same way right now as you do, or have felt that way, and maybe they were lucky enough to escape that. In my own self, and I know that I can't relate to everybody like this, I never really felt that way. I just kind of did my own thing and didn't really worry about if I would regret it or what I really wanted to do. It just kind of happened. But don't feel like you're alone in that thought, because like I said, my brothers have this, if you want to call it a problem, it's not really a problem, but this thing, and it's very complex. It's very difficult to navigate, and there's a chance that through your entire life you will never figure that out, and you might regret something. There's some advice I heard that was like, do whatever you're doing, balls deep, and don't look back, and don't regret it. Just do whatever you're doing and make it work. Just whatever you choose to do, make it work. Like, the girl you marry, just make it work. You know, make the marriage work, make the job work, make your passions work, make your hobbies work. Just do it and make it work. And don't spend so much time just thinking about other things and regretting. There's really no point in regretting. Actually, one of my aliases when I play games and stuff is no regrets with an A. No regrets. So the music is just perfect with all the life lessons, not gonna lie. Yeah. Credits to Hollow Pulse, who I'm making this for. And I know that this whole idea can be very like anxiety inducing, you know. What do you want to do? Maybe you'll never find it, but dude, you're young. You're 20 years old, basically. Man. I know people at my age and people older than me that are more lost than a lot of 20-year-olds. So it's, what I'm trying to say is, everybody has their own story, their own pace. I think a lot of people aren't brave enough to like, let's say one day you will get a call from the cosmos or something, or you will have an idea, or you'll know something that you really love, but you're not like paying attention to it because no, it's not good, or somebody told me this isn't what I should do or something. But that's the call that you need to answer. The call for me was every night that I went to bed, I had visions that I was lying on a beach in Croatia thinking, what if I could just let all of this go and just do that and make it work? And it was every night that I was getting this. It started like 3 years earlier, but then it started to become more frequent. And I quickly made the action to quit my job and leave. And I could regret it. I could spend every day sitting here regretting it because I'm not with my friends or my family anymore. In fact, I don't know really anybody. But my heart felt so much satisfaction. My mind felt at ease. I feel rested now because I made a decision that my heart wanted to. And if you do something like that, you will never fall the wrong way. You know, if you follow your heart, there's nothing that could ever possibly go wrong. Okay, there is in the sense of like maybe you will lose money or this will happen or that will happen, but none of that actually matters because the experience of life is just about following your heart. It's not about following logic. Look, I live in a logical world. I program logic gates for a living, you know. I'm a very logical person, and that's how my brain works. But the one time I didn't make the logical decision was to move here. And I unlocked a whole new world in front of me, it was like meant for me, you know, and everything started to come and make sense. So the most important thing is to just quiet your mind and listen. You know, we spend so much time with distractions and stuff, and what happens when we're not distracting ourselves, when we're bored and we are just listening to nothing, or let's say to music like this? What happens then? You know, if you're not trying to think about it and pinpoint it, but instead you let it come to you, what comes to you? Does it tell you, I want to teach people? Does it tell you, I want to experience living here? Does it tell you, you know, I don't know. It could tell you anything. There's a lot of lightning happening outside. My camera looks a lot brighter than how it actually looks outside. I wish you guys could see this. It's like right in front of my apartment, there's lightning. I don't know. And the thing is, maybe following my advice isn't even good, because maybe you'll realize in 1 year that the advice I gave you was shit. And, you know, there's infinite ways to live your life. And to live it by one specific person's rules is kind of dumb. Actually, I realized there was so many people giving me advice. There's people telling me not to move. People giving me advice, and then I realized if I listen to their advice, I'm going to become like that person. And I didn't like who that person really was necessarily. Not that they were a bad person, but I didn't want to live that kind of life. And so I didn't listen. I just straight up didn't listen to what they had to say. Slammer, what's up? Big fan of your work after seeing your Webby submissions. Thank you, bro. So you're a long time watcher, just like Cyborg, huh? Actually, you know what I was thinking? I'd started working on Touchdesigner while I was making Webby content, which was like 9 years ago, which is actually crazy to think about. I think I made my first Webby video in like, what, 2017? 2018? I'm not entirely sure. Everything's frozen. What just happened? Great, it's not turning back on. That's really good. Oh, here we go. Something. There we go. It looks completely different now. See, this is what happens when you turn it off and on again. Not quite sure what happened. I'm geeking, man. I'm a big fan too. I still DJ those vids and watch together. No way. It's been so long since I've even seen a stream, because he starts at like 3 AM for me. So it's basically impossible to watch. I think I have a video that isn't in your playlist, but is unlisted too. It was in my playlist before you unlisted. I mean, I think I have all my videos unlisted, but in a playlist. Actually, literally, I kind of wiped my whole channel, actually, a couple days ago. But everything is visible inside of these playlists, at least it should be. So if you want to watch those old Webby videos, they exist in here. Literally, I'm pretty sure I put every single one I ever made in here. If we look at the first one I ever made, it was 7 years ago. I feel like it was even earlier than that, to be honest. This is the first one I actually ever made for Media Share. It was on a different channel, though. I re-uploaded it here. Yeah, it's all there. All my videos are still up. I think I watched Lane because of some of your videos. Nice. It's an interesting anime. What can I say? I don't really watch anime a lot, but it's one that I definitely did. Dude, this is bugging out completely right now. You made a Glorg gamer video before the competition that he did recently. No, not sure I recall that. Are you sure it was me? The last video I made was those Wabump ones. It was like years ago. Let me pull it up. Okay. Why is this receiver tweaking? This is not good for what I have to do. This is one of the bugs I guess I'm having to face right now is it keeps disconnecting. Unfortunately, I can only control from the interface. Actually, that's not true. I'm pretty sure you guys would be able to actually see what's going on here. If I go on my laptop and I boot this up, whoa! I hope you guys could see that. Oh, I don't think you can. There's a huge lightning strike right in front of here. I'm gonna tilt my camera up, maybe you guys will be able to see. I think they did a CS video where Wubby sucks at first and then starts killing it. Okay, so I saw that and I was disappointed because I definitely would have made something for that. I made a video like that way back originally with Caplock, I don't know if anyone remembers that. And it was exactly that. It was literally, oh, no, this one. It was like, it started off really bad, and then it finishes...
pay money, Wubby.
Yeah. It's like him missing all of his shots. Oh no, he gets one and then dies. Yeah. But then it switches to bad Wubby and then, yeah, it's like a good montage. Anyways. Yeah. Glorg gamer, God gamer. Facts. Okay, I need to remember what it is I'm actually doing here and not get too lost in the sauce. If I turn this off, can you maybe see the lighting better? I don't know. Yo, Alpha, what's going on? I'm gonna need you to sauce another audio project up for me. Still the TD goat. Alright, man. I mean, I'm working on a project right now, but maybe we could work something together. My friend Rfish won the God Gamer. Nice. I didn't actually watch that whole video. I need to like turn down the color correction maybe. So I want to show you guys the lightning. Then can you even see anything else? I guess not. Whoa. It's the best I can do. Would love it. Your style completes me. It's a great compliment, thank you. It'd be sick if you made a TD video using lightning. I kinda did make something like that. Is it on here? No. Wait. No, it is here. It says, oh! That was a big one. I hope you guys saw that one. I did have one. If I suddenly disconnect, it's probably because of a power outage. Just so you guys know. I was actually gonna watch a movie tonight at the movie theater, but I guess I wanted to go see The Odyssey. I haven't seen it yet. Doesn't look like it's happening right now. Actually, still probably go. It's like a 5-minute walk. Let's get something done first over here. I keep getting sidetracked. I have to focus. So what I could do here is blend between inputs. I actually don't want this clip, so we're gonna have 24 now. And we're just gonna do an LFO that goes, like I was showing you earlier, we're gonna do up to 24. Turn the frequency down to like 0.01. Maybe that's too much. That's actually way too much. Still too much. Okay, the original was good. And just gonna feed it in like this, and we're gonna see what happens. So now it's slowly gonna fade through like all the clips of the Earth. This is our Earth, by the way. This is where we live together, just so you know. I hope you keep your power. Have fun, whatever you decide to do tonight. Alright. I hope so too. Thank you. This is nice, so we have like a fading effect. Kind of. Maybe it's still going a little bit too fast. I could probably slow it down. I'm not sure if I should be keeping it as a circle or a square. I feel like the circle is the better one. We're not really getting like ideal glitch, so what I'm gonna do is turn off the bridge. Wow, another lightning strike. Square got that pop. Yeah, it does have a pop. I know exactly what you mean, but something about this circle looks kind of like a black hole, I guess. You know? And I like that style. The square has like a better general look, but the circle's got like, I could make the circle pop a bit more too. Actually, maybe we'll have like a fair middle ground, something like this. Now the actual glitch amount, like we're not really getting any glitch. The reason being is because we have to change these around. I'm just gonna manually do this. Oh no. So this is what's actually feeding into the transmitters. So we have to change it here. We'll boost the highs and let's see what happens. It's gonna get a little bit crazy now probably. We'll also boost the lows. Wow, we're actually not getting a desirable effect yet. We're getting something. Oh, look at that. There's the pink now coming in. Okay. So that's exactly the kind of colors I want to get. That's perfect. However, it's too bright. Oh, here we go. Now the vertical scrolling. Last night when I showed the title, "Why Don't We Go Back to How It Was Before?" hit me so hard. All my interest learning philosophy, physics, when I had before all disappeared now. Yeah. It's interesting, I was actually talking to somebody about that yesterday who said something similar. And it had a similar effect to me because it's been so long that I was doing the lane series. And now that it's completed, it's kind of like the full circle, like why don't we go back to how it was before, and you know, to like simpler times, you know. Diverging from the actual philosophy of the show, I've been thinking a lot about when I was a child, you know. I used to have so many amazing ideas and joys and things were so simpler, and I thought, why can't we go back to the way it was? And why not? What's really stopping us? Are we just too strict? We're so old and wise and strict with our ways that we're blinding ourselves of the beauty of what we saw when we were children. Where does the glitch come from? Hardware, meet in the middle, elliptical, oval, yeah. I'll show you in a second, Alpha. Thank you, sir. I'll keep everything in mind what you taught me. Love your style, love your stuff, Valis. Thank you for creating. Thank you so much, Plascorch. Oh, what just happened? I just turned on the lamp and my monitor turned off, and then the lightning struck. That was really weird. Anyone see that? So, okay, so the lamp is not actually helping with the lighting. So I'm gonna show you guys really quick. I don't know how well you'll be able to see, but I'm gonna go over this one more time because I think it's kind of interesting. So basically, the Mac, which we're seeing on the stream right now, is here, and what we have connected to it is a few things. First of all, we have a hard drive, which is going to be eventually what the server, the website, is running off. That's where we're going to keep the archive. We have a USB port, which has an HDMI. We have an Arduino plugged into here, and then this is a 5.8 gigahertz receiver, which is actually what we're seeing on Touchdesigner. So this is actually picking up a signal from this, which is a drone transmitter, for an actual analog drone, which I was flying before. You may or may not have seen clips. I think I've shown it in the past, possibly, of me flying around with the drone. It has a really cool glitching effect. So I thought, what if I took that and used that here? Now I will say one problem is, to get the glitch effect I wanted, you have to actually get out of range. So you have to like go behind walls and stuff with this. But the problem is everything is connected to the computer. I can't actually go anywhere with this. So this is kind of a problem I'm trying to face now. I'm trying to maybe restrict the power going into this so I can simulate losing connection. But anyways, what's happening on Touchdesigner is that we're sending commands through Touchdesigner into the Arduino, and we're also sending an image through this HDMI to a converter. So the converter takes the HDMI, puts it into RCA, and you can see this yellow wire comes in here, goes through a really small glitch circuit, It's the most stable thing I could find with some effect. I'm still doing experimenting every day. As you can see, I have a bunch of junk lying around everywhere. But, oh, am I covering everything with my phone? Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. So we have a resistor, we have 2 capacitors, which go... I've stripped this yellow wire, goes through here, and then this actually goes straight to the drone board. Comes out the antenna, obviously, and wirelessly transmits to this guy. And that's how we see the image on the screen. Now, what's the purpose of the Arduino? Well, we have a chip here, and a chip here, and we are controlling the amount of glitch, basically. So this chip is going from, let's say 0 is clean and 100 is full glitch. We can, from the website, you know, find an area in between. It's still not perfectly set up. I had it set up a little bit better before, but I don't really like it, so I literally tore the entire thing apart, to be honest. I kind of do that a lot, where I just tear everything apart and rebuild it. And then this chip activates the transmitter, which I've actually completely bypassed right now. I'm just always feeding it power as long as it's plugged into my power cord there. Yeah, that's how it goes. So from the website, you would also be able to like turn the transmitter on. You would be able to turn the receiver on, which is like 2 things you have to do to initialize the whole setup, because these get really hot and I don't want them on all the time. And if I'm gone, like let's say I could do glitch remotely. So basically, if I'm in a hotel on the other side of the world, I could go onto my website, turn these things on, and create a video. That's basically the purpose of having all of these effects and everything going into Touchdesigner. Like, that's basically how it's going. Gotta go, man. This was awesome. Please stream again soon. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Cyborg. It was great having you. Great catching up with you. Thank you for joining. I don't know if I'll be on again soon, because my work requires me to travel for like months at a time, so it's hard for me to do something like this consistently. I can't really stream if I'm not home. That's just how it is. But I will try more often. Thanks for joining. Faraday box, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, so one problem with living in Croatia is I don't really get supplies here, and especially the city that I live in, they don't even have an electronics store here. I guess nobody in this town does anything electronics related, and Amazon is very, basically doesn't exist here. So it's very difficult. I get all my parts in the UK. When I go to the UK, I order and look for parts there, and then I bring it back home. So it's kind of annoying, but shit happens. It's just code. Run the rematch, build it better. Exactly. I have a home lab with the same intent. Awesome. I'm curious what that's like. Remote TD server with an online repo of archived content. Precisely, yeah. So, yeah. We can select any of the archived videos from here, which would obviously, you know, feed in. I've literally just turned it off like a couple of minutes ago, so we don't have it live anymore. I turned it off so that I can just, yeah, it's just easier for now to just work inside of this rather than using the website right now. We could cook you up one with a literal aluminum lunchbox. Yeah, dude, that's really interesting. I was thinking of actually putting this entire thing into basically an aluminum lunchbox. Because also it's not good having it in a cardboard box, because if something disconnects and it catches fire, that would obviously be catastrophic. So, but we're on the same wavelength, because I was thinking the same thing. But I have like so many things I'm doing. I have like priorities basically, so I have to do one thing before I do another. And right now I'm trying to dial in the glitch. But actually, the effect of I just remembered. Yeah, right. It's static and whatnot. I've had cardboard builds. Yeah. So this receiver, which I was showing earlier, which maybe you didn't get to see yet, this is wireless. This is just what I used on my drone. Now this I can walk to the other room and record with. and get that static. I'm actually going to try it right now. So what I'm going to do, you guys are going to have to give me a couple minutes. It's going to get quiet. I'm going to go hold this in the other room and see if I can get an effect. I'm going to load it back into here, and we're going to see what kind of difference we can get, because then we'll know if this actually works as intended or not, or what's even the point. Because if it doesn't work, then whatever, I don't even have to worry about it. So I'm going to do that real quick. It means I have to take off my headset. I'm actually wearing a GoPro, like with a head strap that's plugged into like this USB-C wire. It's kind of like a chop setup, but yeah. These aren't those like Ray-Bans glasses or whatever. Alright, I'm gonna give you guys the outdoors look. I'm gonna start recording it now so I can see the difference. Okay, I'll be right back. Standing by. Let's check out how it looks now. Let's see what time this movie is supposed to start. 8:30. Okay, so I'm gonna probably stream for like 15 more minutes. Go catch this movie. But anyways, let's check. So first thing I want to say is, okay, so I can see visually, like when I'm losing signal, it looks really cool. You get a lot of like grain, you get a lot of an interesting look, honestly. I really like it. I expect that it's going to look completely different because for some reason when it writes to the SD card, it really doesn't look the same. Don't know why. I tried figuring out why. But there's no point anymore because it's just different. That's just the way it is. So, anyways, let's check it out. This. I already have a feeling it's going to be pretty cool, to be honest. Okay. static noise. Okay, so this is when I was sitting here at the beginning. I mean, I don't know, it looks okay. Let's just mute it. Pretend that it's not doing that. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, okay, well, it's, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe some middle ground, maybe not as staticky. Would be nicer. I mean, it's not bad. Okay, like it has glimpses of. I think I started walking a little bit closer at this point. It's kind of freaking out. And I don't think I have moved closer yet. Maybe around here. This is like a good middle ground, maybe. But honestly, it's such a shame. Oh gosh. It's such a shame because it looks completely different on here. It looks way better on this thing than it does when it writes to the SD card. It's such a shame. Yeah, I mean... And then this just looks normal, I mean... Yep. I don't know what to say. It's kind of annoying. Because I'll show you like what can I show you? I guess I can copy this and show this. These files are huge, what the heck? Okay, maybe this one's small enough. So when the drone goes out of range, it looks completely different. And I actually, when I first hooked this setup up, I kind of got what I was looking for. And then I never got it again. And I'm like, what the heck? So notice like the colors are kind of like flashing in their vibrance. That's what I really like, is that the colors are changing specifically. And here I'm flying above. This is where I used to live last year. So as you can see, when it becomes choppy, I mean, this is exactly what I'm trying to look for. This distortion is exactly what I want. But I can't freaking get it. I have a feeling... Oh yeah, this is kind of interesting, by the way. So this is what I'm seeing on this screen, by the way. So when I lost connection here, because I went too far, right here, I couldn't see anything. And I somehow managed to turn it around, luckily. and I crash landed it right in front of myself. I was like, no way. I was so happy because if you see, I'm in this basketball court. I could have lost this thing pretty easily, like in any of these backyards. And like that would have been really bad. I never would have found it. Yeah, see, look, take any of these screenshots. Look at this. Like, this is what I want. But I can't find it. I can't get it. Because this effect that we're seeing right now, okay, we kind of have it a little bit, right? But it's not exactly what I'm looking for. Whoa, that's freaking me out. Whoa, that looks really good actually. This is so far the best look. But it looks a little bit choppy because of the way it's compositing like this. Not sure. Like this is way smoother, right? I don't know. Over. Okay, this is pretty good. I feel like I should take this bloom out of here and move it maybe to here. Is that really any better? Oh gosh. I actually don't mind this at all. Well, obviously it's going to require some tuning. So they have like a what do you call it? Spectrum analyzer, equalizer? That's for music. Histogram. Normalize values. Wait, how am I seeing? I didn't even know about this. Almost 2 hours streaming. Hope you're hydrated. Yeah, I drank about half a cup of water. Good reminder. Thank you. Actually, don't know what's going on anymore. I mean, this is kind of cool. This is just a graph telling you the color values, but it could be used aesthetically for something too. I don't mind that. But I'm gonna get rid of it for now. I don't understand why it's hijacking the output. What is this graph plot? Okay, hopefully it doesn't crash my PC when I'm loading these. Oh, that's just for data. I don't know. Splitter. I feel like this is what Cyborg was looking for. Interesting. SVG. Are these new? I don't know about any of these. Vectorscope. Okay, we might be able to do something with this. Of course, it's also hijacking the output. It's not actually... Waveform monitor might be useful. But once again, we don't have any information out of this. However, this could aesthetically be nice. Aha! Okay, actually, not bad. Why is it so pixelated? Is it because the image is... I feel like I could use this. It's actually kind of nice. Wait, let's see. Let's take a closer look. I could get rid of the white lines, maybe. Is it possible? Oh yeah, it's right here. Probably just bypass that. Oh, look at that. Easy as. That's interesting. Well, you never know what's gonna happen. I mean, it looks kind of like shit on the end, but I didn't realize how cool this specifically could look. It may be useful. What if we got rid of the earth? Why is it bugging out now? Where is it? Oh, it is there. It's just like hidden. But why? I could try doing op viewer and composite it one more time. Like this. Okay, we're starting to cook. I think I don't need this actually. I only need to turn this up. No. Shit, we're gonna do that again. Op viewer, add. Yeah, that looks better for sure. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like this. Let's see if we can introduce some of the earth in the background, and it gets kind of blacked. Maybe I like it more without it. Not sure. Or I could do... I could put it inside here. And... Uh-oh. Doesn't really like that, I think. The computer's about to crash. Let's get rid of that before it does. It's probably the best it is for now. Okay, well, with that being said, I'm gonna go now. It's been 2 hours, 16 minutes. I really appreciate you guys stopping by, checking this thing out, keeping me company. It's been a pleasure. I love my community, the people I work with. To those old and new, surprisingly there's still people who have been around for a long time. Like 7 years. And thanks to the new people. Thanks for stopping in, Kevin, Plascorch, and Alpha. Maybe we'll work again soon in the future. Hit me up. You can send me what you got. If I can't promise you that I have the time because I'm like busy as ever. We'll see. Maybe we can do something, and maybe I'll do it on stream too. That would be nice. But yeah, it might be okay. So I might stream again this week, and if not, it's gonna be in like another month. No, I can't even in another month. It's gonna be like 2 months. I'm not gonna be home for a long time. So I'm hoping to get this whole system set up so I can work remotely before I go, and I'm gonna kind of have to get dialed in on that. That's the way it is. Anyways, thank you everybody. See you. I really appreciate, and I'm already thankful. I'm thankful for you too, Kevin, man. Maybe we'll talk again soon. I wish for the best for you. Just remember to follow your heart. And that's all you have to do. If you do that, nothing will ever go wrong. I speak for myself when I say that, but I would say that I'm proof that you can do it. Just follow your heart, whatever it tells you. Anyways, thank you. Peace out. Bye-bye.